Hey folks, welcome to Horsemanship 101 again. Somebody else did a critique on this video, but I've seen it show up on my social media several times since then. So I thought I'd do a run through because every time I watch it, I see some stuff that absolutely just amazing stuff. That it's an excellent training tool. First off, the guy on the motorbike here. It's his video. He took it. And I've got nothing bad to say about this guy because I think he did everything right. And I'm going to start off by saying, don't expect this from anybody else because this guy, he went above and beyond the call and did absolutely everything he could to accommodate the guy on the horse. And most people on the trail, I suspect this guy actually knew a little bit about horses because he knew how to, accommodate them. But don't expect that. This is not the norm. If you're out riding on a trail and you encounter a dirt bike, do not expect this kind of behavior because this isn't the norm. Most guys actually don't have a clue about horses, so they aren't going to accommodate them. And the ones that do actually know a little bit about horses might even think it's funny to try and spook your horse, so they're going to gun the bike as they go by your horse. They're going to ride by close, pull a wheelie. Who knows what they're going to do, but I'm going to run this video here and talk about it as it goes. The guy's coming up the trail here. Now right here, right from the start, okay, he's pulling off the trail, shutting the bike off. He's accommodating this dude on the horse. Now already this far back, the horse is starting to react. And this is something that to note. I'm going to make a few comments about this guy's training methods or how that horse has been trained, and it's not a guess. There's several dead giveaways. Those horses have been trained by fear. And I made a comment, or actually I posted a meme on my social Facebook a while back. Anytime you train a horse with fear, sooner or later it's going to find something that it's more scared of than you. And this is exactly what happens. Okay, the guy stops, he shuts his bike off, he's waving the guys on by. Now watch this horse closely. This horse is going to start reacting already. It's already right, and he's even off the bike. Look at that. The other guy couldn't have done anything more. The horse is already reacting and backing up. He's going to try again. And the horse is going to react. See, it's backing up again. But, oh, Mr. Macho Cowboy, he's going to push it on through. Now, he's got two horses dallied to it. I'm going to stop here for a second. Because at this point, he's going to start kicking the crap out of the horse. And you'll even hear him kicking it in the video if you listen to the original. I'm going to post a link to it in the description. He's kick, 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 kick. Going to make that dang horse go. Now, if the guy had a brain cell in his head, at this point, he would have got off, walked the horses by one at a time. Now, I think proper training would have led to him being established as a leader, which would have made the horses feel calm and safe and confident, and they would have gone anywhere he asked. But he didn't train them that way. And, that's obvious. And here's another thing that happens. Watch this. This is a very common method taught by riding instructors is if your horse balks, push it through. And this is what happens. You push a horse that isn't ready for something, it's nervous, it's flinching, and boom, this is what happens. If you push a horse, if you listen to your riding instructor, and not all of them are bad, but there's an awful lot of them that are very commonly going to this old school method of, if the horse resists, you push it through. Now, if you got a stubborn, obstinate horse, sometimes that's the way to go, but if the horse is nervous about something, pushing it is not the answer because it's going to end in disaster. And right here is exactly what's going to happen. So the next time your horse resists a little, think twice before you try pushing it, because if you don't want to end up on the ground under your horse like this guy, don't do it. Okay. Now this guy also does a lot of other things wrong. This guy reacts right away. He's trying to help. He's trying to be helpful. Wants to help the guy up. And he's like, piss off, leave me alone, don't touch me. And then he's being Mr. Macho Cowboy. His buddy comes along, jumps on the horse's neck. This is not the first time this has happened. And I'm guessing by this guy's attitude, this is not going to be the last time this happens either. It's going to happen again. At this point right now, the guy stops and he's saying to the guy on the dirt bike, if my leg ain't broke, when I get up out of here, I'm going to kick your ass. He is refusing to accept any responsibility at all for what's happened here. Everything that has taken place is his fault. I've pointed this out. He was in over his head from the get-go. He was riding a horse that was not properly trained, so I'll blame him for poorly training the horse and for taking a horse out on a trail that's not ready to be ridden on the trail, and and then trying to push a horse through where it's scared. I mean, he's done a dozen things, wrong, and he's still trying to blame the guy on the dirt bike. And right now, at this spot in the video, if you listen to it, he's telling the guy that if my leg ain't broke when I get out from under this horse, I'm going to kick your ass. What an idiot. He's a bully. That's the kind of guy he is. He's in a position where he could get his head booted right now, and he's still threatening this guy that he's going to kick his ass when he gets up. And this is just stupid. It's just absolutely insane. The poor guy on the bike, he's trying to say, hey, I tried to do everything right. Okay, now here in a second here, you're going to see something else that's really ridiculous. This is the guy under the horse instructs these guys to go around the belly side of the horse, which you never, ever, ever do. And he's undoing the rear cinch. Never, ever, ever approach a horse from the belly side. There's two of them on that side listening to this dummy. And that's how you get kicked or killed. You're going to end up with broken bones, killed. Why this horse didn't lash out at anybody, I don't know. That's an absolute miracle that nobody got hurt. This guy was at least smart enough to get behind the tree when the horse got up, because watch what happens when this horse finally does get up after they've undone the saddle. Look at that. If he hadn't gotten out of the way, he would have got hit by that horse. Now, Mr. Tough Macho Cowboy, once he finally gets his stuff together, he decides he's going to have a change of plan. He says, don't help me, don't touch me, whatever. He has a change of plan. He's going to saddle a different horse, but you watch this other horse that he approaches with his saddle in a minute, and you're going to see another thing that indicates that he trains horses and treats horses in a way that they fear him. Because when he approaches that horse with a saddle, that horse tries moving. That horse turns away from it. That horse is nervous, it's scared, and finally freezes in spot because it knows if it doesn't stand still, it's going to get its ass kicked, because that's the kind of jerk he is. That's the way he treats horses. I think there's 3 guys there by the looks of it, at least. They should all know better. Apparently none of them do. They're all working on the same agenda. They think that training horses by fear is okay. This isn't their first rodeo, so to speak, and I'm guessing it's not going to be their last. The attitude this guy has. Again, dirt bike continues to try and accommodate him. Moves his bike off the track without running it to make room for them. On top of that, oh yeah, the guy is bossing him around, telling him what to do, get his bike out of the way, blah, blah, blah. Also told him earlier to take his helmet off, like that's going to make a difference. If taking the helmet off so that you don't look like an alien to the horse is going to make a difference, that horse is absolutely not fit to be ridden by anybody, much less this idiot cowboy here. Now watch when he goes up to this other horse. You're going to see it in a second. Watch the reaction on this horse. This is important. He walks up to this other horse, and this other horse just freaks out. Eventually does stand still for him, but it freaks out. So this is just so many things that go wrong here, all preventable. Watch this horse. Watch how it reacts. It finally does stand still for him, but its initial response, if you're paying attention, it is very scared. So anyhow, lots of things going wrong here. Lots of things that shouldn't be happening. all preventable. It was a horrible accident. Could have been far worse. You know, they ended up on the ground. If the horse or rider or both had hit something, you know, there could have been death. It could have been far more serious than it was, and it was all 100% preventable. So please pay attention. Think about things. Think about your how your horse is trained. Think about how you handle the horse, and don't blame the horse for the accidents. Don't blame the guy on the dirt bike. Take responsibility for things. Okay, folks? Have a good day. Bye.